Welcome to uncharted territories. Now, we all know the Malaysian car maker Proton, and we're very familiar with the products. Now, if BMW has the M Sport division and Mercedes-Benz has the AMG division, what does Proton has? Well, Proton has the R3 division. Now, a lot of us seem to think that R3 is just a badge that you stick on your car to make it look, well, racier. We are here in a very secluded facility, and this is exactly where the Proton magic happens. What you see behind me is the birthplace of the Proton racing cars. Now, these cars that you see here are the real race cars. Well, R3 stands for Race Rally Research. These two cars over here are, of course, the rally part of the equation. And whilst you may think that, yes, they're your standard Satra Neos, well, the similarity between your car and this ends at, well, quite cosmetically. Because apart from the shell and some of the inner workings, this car obviously has been rejigged and reworked so that it can deliver a whole lot more and participate in world-class rally events. I mean, off the cuff, look at it. It's got a massive radiator. Now this, along with other things, help this car to go forward even faster, and power is increased from your standard 125 bhp on your CPS to somewhere around 160 on these cars over here. That's coming from the standard CPS engine, but of course it's been gutted and reworked on to produce extra magic. But the main focus on a rally car, of course, is the insides and the security and safety of the drivers. So this car, whilst it's been stripped out, but a lot has been put in. You've got the roll cage, a proper bucket seat, you've got fire extinguishers in there now, and also some guards at the bottom to protect the car as well. So this car is really all about getting that extra oomph from safety, but also at the same time having just about enough power to push it forward. And how far does it push forward? Well, let's let the records do the magic for you. 3 years running Rally of Malaysia champion, and 2 years running of the Asia Pacific Rally Championship two-wheel drive division. And if that's not record enough for an outfit as small as this, well, you know, they've been doing a pretty good job in this tiny little shed of theirs. Okay, and this car over here is the race car. We saw the rally cars earlier. This car is a race car. Now listen to that. Even closing the door, you can hear the hollowness. It's because a lot of the dampening, sound dampening has been taken out. A lot of the weight has been taken out from this car. Now, the idea of this car, as opposed to that car over there where you take things out and you put things back in for safety, this car is all about lightweight because it is a race car, right? It runs a similar engine setup to the rally cars. However, this car is all about going faster and quicker. Now, what is this car used for? Well, it's used for the Malaysian Super Series, of course, but it's also used for the enduro races, so Sepang 1000 kilometers. So it's both for sprint as well as enduro races. And if you take a look at the cars, well, that's glass, that's perspex, and all the other glasses around the area is perspex. Nonetheless, safety is still tantamount, so you still get the roll cage, you still get the full bucket seat, and you've got nothing in there that would suggest that this is indeed in any way similar to the car that you have at home. Now, if you're wondering how good can a Proton racing car really be? Well, this particular car has clocked 3 race wins at the Malaysian Super Series, and also it was the overall champion at the Sepang 1000 kilometer endurance race in 2012. This particular car, and then we have that car. Let's call this Preve the new kid on the block. Now, whilst it's the new kid on the block, it had its race debut at the 2012 Sepang 1000 kilometer race. And how did it do? Well, if the Neo came in first, this car came in second. If the Neo came in first in the MSS, this car came in second at the MSS. Now, even though it's a newer car, you must be thinking, how come it's a newer car but that car is doing much better? Well, don't forget that the Satra Neo R3 has had a lot of work gone into it. A lot of experience has been poured into the Saturnios. This being the new kid on the block is holding up fairly well with the new technologies that Proton has to play with and to work with. But nonetheless, this car is showing a lot of potential and a lot of promise in the future. There are many great things that one should be expecting from this Preve coming up in the next series of races. So, why should all this matter to you? Why should you care about what R3 does, even though if you're, for example, if you're not interested in motorsports? Well, this is precisely why. Now, what they do here in this little shed is what transpires and later becomes the R3 products that you can buy for your car. For example, this rim over here. Now, these wheels here are, well, they're used in the races, but these wheels are also available for you to buy to put on your own cars to make it look even more garang lah. So these wheels are race wheels, but also at the same time they go on your regular road cars. Don't believe me? Check this out. So you see here, whilst they may not look the exact same rims as the one we saw earlier, but this is one of the 3 rims amongst others that you can buy aftermarket with R3 and fit it to your own cars. Yes, R3 develops these rims and they get a supplier to actually build and forge these rims for them. Check out the nifty R3 branding on there. Now, the rims are one part of the story, but you've also got a cross-section of some of the other stuff that you can buy for your cars over here. Let's see what we have here. We have a Gen 2 R3 body kit set in bright yellow nonetheless. It looks really good. You can buy this aftermarket and fit it onto your Gen 2. This is cosmetics, obviously, but also they have stuff which is for performance. Now, this here is the exhaust header for a Gen 2 and it is again developed and made by R3. You've got the exhaust system, so that's among some of the stuff that's for Gen 2. And what do we have here? This is for the Inspira. This is the Inspira R3 body kit set along with the exhaust system for the Satra Neo catback exhaust system. So you can see that it's a combination of cosmetics but also performance parts that you can buy for R3. They go all the way down to cams and stuff like that. So what is R3? Yes, you have the M Sport division for BMW that makes the flashier BMW cars for BMW. So R3 does the exact same thing for your Protons. If you're wondering, if I buy a Proton, it's going to be a little bit too vanilla, well, here's some R3 spice to spice up your Protons. Now you're clued in about everything you need to know about the R3 division of Proton. That's it for now, folks. Next week, more insights into the world of Proton and Lotus. See you then.